Meyers is on the hit show The Tudors, which he plays the sexy, ruthless King Henry VIII. Here's a look at him in action.
You will order our troops on the border to retaliate with spoils, burnings, and killings. 3 hurts to every one of ours. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Majesty. I'm straight away to that business.
Majesty. Speak, or I'm a god on foot.
Good to be king. Please welcome Jonathan Rhys Meyers. You look cute.
Thank you very much. You look cute yourself.
Thanks. You look like maybe, you know, you were auditioning for Guys and Dolls.
Or a waiter.
That's another option. Now, you grew up in Ireland?
I did, yeah. I grew up on a farm in North County Cork. Yeah.
Oh, how great.
It was beautiful. Yeah.
What a journey you've been on, huh?
Yeah, I've been on quite a journey. Yeah.
And your family's, they're musicians, I understand.
My 3 brothers, my 2 sisters are all musicians, yeah.
How great to grow up with music in the house.
Yeah, it was great. You know, we get together, and every time we get together, they play music. I'm on the outside of it. I'm an actor. I don't qualify.
So did you ever join in?
Oh, no, I play music. I'm just not allowed to play with them.
I don't think you're good enough.
I'm not good enough.
That's excellent.
And then they tell me, you know, I start to play with them, and, you know, I play a few chords, and then they're like, not so much.
Now,
Go act.
But when you were a kid, did you always want to be an actor, or did you want to join in on the music? What was your first passion?
Oh, I don't know. I think I wanted to, I just wanted to be whatever was on TV at the time. You know,
Right.
you know, like a normal 6, 7-year-old kid sees something on the TV. Of course, a soccer player, because soccer was the big sport. So you want to
Sure.
be a sports star.
Right.
You know, acting, I fell into it. You know, I was just discovered by.
What do you mean discover? How old were you? You were at a...
I was 16. I used to play a lot of pool, in a pool hall.
Come on.
This lady came into the pool hall. She was auditioning actors for a film that Warner Brothers were making in County Cork at that time, produced by David Putnam.
Right.
And so I was in the pool hall, and she said, look, would you do this little audition on tape for me, on a video camera? So I did. I had nothing else going for me at the time. And 3 hours later, I was sitting with the director, you know, doing screen tests. I didn't get the role.
But that's probably a good thing, right?
No, it wasn't at the time. I thought...
Well, not at the time, but, you know, it kind of lets you know that there's going to be some rejection, and it's not always going to be a home run.
Yeah, it would be nice to get the first one and then get the rejection a little later.
All
but
right,
actually,
honey.
do you know what? It got me over the hump of getting rejected. And of course, as any actor out there, and I'll tell any young actor who's going to be an actor or an actress, is that there will be a lot of rejection. But it's you and it's not you. It's just at that time the director sees something that they need. And
Right.
it isn't always you.
You can't always take it personally because it's exhausting.
Well, you can't be everything to everybody. So if you're really beneficial for a part or beneficial for a TV series
Right.
or a film in one way, you may not be for the other. That doesn't necessarily mean you're not as talented or
So
you're not as good.
Well, you definitely have a good sense of, you have a nice perspective to face all this.
Yeah, I'll try my best. I mean, look, into any given day, I can be very positive about it, or I can be a little bit more negative about it. But, you know, I try to stay positive as much as possible.
So you're a yes and no kind of guy. When somebody
I mean,
says,
yeah, I
how
mean,
you
yes,
feeling? You go, are you feeling good? Yes and no.
Yes and no.
There you go. So, what, were you a good student?
No. And there's no yes and no to that one. That's just a no.
No, listen to me. One time I was babysitting one of the kids. I have 15 nieces and nephews. I was babysitting one of my nephews, and now I knew what one of my siblings had been saying about me when I wasn't in the house.
Okay.
But this is early on in my career, and I said, now come on, read your book. He goes, I know I got to read it. I want to end up like you as an actor. And I was like,
Ooh.
he said to me, he was like 7 or 8 years old.
How cold.
I thought it was pretty funny. I'm
He's
like,
going to be president.
You know what he does right now?
What does he do?
He's an actor. No, he's not.
Which could still make him president.
No, that's true. Who am I kidding? No, he's not an actor. But still, it is that thing that some people think, well, if you don't do well in school, maybe academically, creatively, you will excel.
Yeah, I mean, it's not that I was a particularly bad student, I was just particularly troublesome. I had a lot of energy as a kid, you know, I always wanted to move about. I was, you know, very sort of erratic.
Were you a heartbreaker, like your role?
Oh, God, no. I was a kid who never got on with girls. I remember this one girl when I was 7 years old. She was the most beautiful thing in the world. She lived at the end of our street. You always fall in love with a girl at the end of the street.
Right.
All right? This girl was magnificent. She was Cinderella. She was everything that I wanted her to be. And, you know, 7, 8 years old. And then she started dating one of the local kids who used to bully on me.
Oh.
It was a nightmare. Could you imagine? The bully is dating your princess.
Yeah, that's such is life. I hate to say it.
Yeah, it's a nightmare. It's a nightmare. So so motivation for me as a kid was to stay away from girls until you could really be sure that she wants to go out with you.
Oh, no, honey. So
And I've never met that girl. I met her once when I was 18. I thought she was just as beautiful.
You gotta
but now
take
she's
risks.
married with children.
No.
Yes.
Now, all right, we're going to talk more when we come back. We'll be right back with Jonathan.